Good morning, students. Today I welcome you all on behalf of Rasa International School to study class 8th, chapter number 4, metals and non-metals. It is on book page number 56 to 60. Today, in this video, first we do the activity which is on page number 56, that is, fill in the blanks. In the first, dash possess property of both metals and non-metals. So, we know that metalloids are the one who possess the property of both metals and non-metals in as we discussed in our last video. Second, helium and argon are noble gas, or you can say inert gas. Okay, noble gas or inert gas. Next, dash and dash are the soft metals which can be cut with the help of knife. So sodium and potassium are the metals which can be cut with the help of knife as they are very soft. Bromine is the only dash which is dash at room temperature. Bromine is only the non-metal which is liquid at room temperature. Otherwise, non-metals are in the state of solid or gas. Okay, they are either solid in state or they are in gaseous in state. The properties which allow the metals to be hammered into thin sheets is known as, or it's called as, its malleability. Malleability is the property by which they can be drawn, means they can be beaten into thin sheets, and ductility is the property with the help of which they can be drawn into thin wires. So the F1 is ductility. The most abundant metalloid is silicon. The most abundant metalloid is silicon. Okay. So today we start with the topic, that is chemical properties of metals and non-metals. Okay. So we in the chemical properties of metals and non-metals we discuss about their reactivity with, means how they react with air, water and acid. Today in this video we discuss about how they react with air and water. Okay. So let's start. Reaction with air. Air, basically in air we discuss about oxygen. Okay. We discuss about oxygen. So how the metals are reacted with oxygen. So how they react with oxygen, we have to see that. Okay. Now metals combine with oxygen to form metal oxide. Now metal, you have to learn metal plus oxygen. Okay, these are the reactants, means which have been coming into reaction with each other and they react to form chemically. This is a chemical reaction where a new substance is formed and they react to form metal oxide. So this is the word equation. This is known as word equation, because in this we don't write the formula. Okay, so this is known as word equation. Clear? So now, so metal when react with oxygen they form metal oxide. Different metal have different reactivity towards oxygen. हर एक मेटल की एक जैसी रिएक्टिविटी नहीं होती ऑक्सीजन के साथ. अलग अलग मेटल अलग अलग तरीके से, मीन्स कोई जल्दी रिएक्ट कर जाता है, कोई देर से रिएक्ट करता है. सो दे हैव डिफरेंट रिएक्टिविटी विद ऑक्सीजन. They react with oxygen at different temperature, means they react but at different temperature. So metals like sodium, potassium, they are the most reactive metals. Okay, so they burn in the presence of air and form their corresponding oxide at room temperature, means they are so much reactive that they react at the room temperature and they start burning and form their respective oxides at the room temperature only. I told you earlier also the room temperature we considered as 25 degree Celsius. Okay. Now further, therefore sodium metal is kept. Now this is very important. Why the sodium metal is kept immersed in the kerosene oil? सोडियम मेटल को केरोसिन ऑयल के अंदर डुबा के क्यों रखा जाता है? बिकॉज इट इज वेरी रिएक्टिव, and when it is kept in open it react with the oxygen or moisture present in the air and start burning or catch fire. So to protect it from this kind of activity, we immerse it in kerosene, because in kerosene both air and water are insoluble. Okay. Sodium metal react with oxygen to form sodium oxide. So sodium react with oxygen to form sodium oxide. Now here the word equation along with the chemical equation. This is the word equation where it is written that sodium plus oxygen gives sodium oxide, and this is chemical equation where symbol of sodium is capital N small a, oxygen O2, and formation of sodium oxide is Na2O. This is chemical equation. Okay, so word equation is at lower end and the chemical equation on the upper end. Clear? Now we are moving further. Similarly, magnesium also burn. Now here we have to mark that it burns with white dazzling flame. Means magnesium when burned in the presence of the air, it burns with white flame. Which flame? White flame. Okay, please mark it in your book. Magnesium plus oxygen gives you magnesium oxide. Again the word equation on the lower side and the chemical equation on the upper side. Clear? Zinc metal react with air only on strong heating to form zinc oxide. Now zinc does not able to react at normal temperature. We have to heat the zinc. Zinc metal react with air only on strong heating. Okay, so zinc when reacted with oxygen, zinc is also to be heated up. Okay, so heat are being shown in all the cases and to form the zinc oxide. Okay, now first of all remember that metal oxides are solid. What is metal oxides are always solid. Okay, they are either in the powder form or in the crystal form. Clear? Now metal oxides are basic in nature. Now there are two kinds of nature, acidic or basic. Okay, metal oxides are basic in nature and when they dissolve in water, because क्यों होते हैं basic? When they dissolve in water they form metal hydroxide. क्या बना लेते हैं? Metal hydroxide. और जो litmus paper को, कौन से litmus paper को, which turns red litmus paper to blue. Now this we have to mark. Okay, what we have to mark? Metal oxides are basic in nature. Why? Because they when they dissolve in water they form metal hydroxide, and what they do, they turns the red litmus paper to blue. Okay, example, oxide of sodium and potassium dissolve in water to form sodium hydroxide and potassium hydroxide respectively. So let us see their hydroxide. Sodium oxide reacted with water to form sodium hydroxide. Now here in this chapter for your 8th class you don't have to learn this reaction, you have to learn the word equation. Okay, first of all you have to learn the word equation. So sodium oxide react with water to form sodium hydroxide. Similarly potassium oxide react with water to potassium hydroxide. I will teach you first the name of the elements along with their symbol, then you have to form the chemical equation. Right now you have to learn the word equation. Okay beta. Now in the presence of air, now we are discussing about rusting. Okay, and corrosion. Actually rusting is the special name for corrosion of iron. Okay, rusting is the special name for the corrosion of iron. हम देखते हैं कि आयरन आर्टिकल्स में जंग लग जाती है. ओके, और हम बोलते हैं जंग लग गई. जंग मीन्स इट इज रस्टिंग or you can say corrosion of iron. So in the presence of air and moisture, okay, in the presence of moisture, air or moisture, not individually, they should be both together, means air and moisture. Air or moisture wrong is wrong. So in the presence of air and moisture, iron metal slowly oxidize to form rust. आयरन किस में कन्वर्ट होता है? रस्ट में. क्या बनाता है वो? आयरन ऑक्साइड, जो कि हाइड्रेटेड होती है. ओके, द प्रोसेस वेयर अ मेटल गेट ईटन अप okay, eaten away due to chemical reaction in the presence of atmospheric gas and moisture. Now it has been written over here. Atmospheric gas and moisture is known as corrosion. So iron with oxygen form iron oxide, and iron oxide with water, that is the moisture, it form the rust. So you can say that it is iron oxide hydrated. What you can say that iron oxide which is hydrated. Okay, why I'm calling hydrated? Because in this iron oxide you are able to find that water molecules H2O. Okay, so it is iron oxide which is hydrated. Okay, now similarly copper articles develop greenish coating. जो कॉपर के आर्टिकल होते हैं उन पे ग्रीन कलर की कोटिंग डेवलप हो जाती है. कोटिंग ऑफ बेसिक, ओके, कॉपर कार्बोनेट ऑन द एक्सपोजर ऑफ एयर. कॉपर आर्टिकल्स पे जब वो एयर के एक्सपोजर में आते हैं, ठीक है, तो उनके ऊपर क्या डेवलप हो जाती है? ग्रीन कलर की कोटिंग. क्यों? कॉपर जब ओके, कॉपर, here it should be written as oxygen, please correct it in your book. Okay, copper plus oxygen plus carbon dioxide plus water. Copper plus oxygen plus carbon dioxide plus water form basic copper carbonate. Okay, basic is this hydroxide. Okay, as we have discussed in sodium hydroxide and magnesium hydroxide in our earlier topic. Okay, now silver objects tarnish, means get corrode with time and get black coating. Silver articles पे कैसी coating आती है? Black coating. Okay, ब्लैक कोटिंग ऑफ सिल्वर सल्फाइड. वो क्या चीज होती है जो ब्लैक कलर की बनती है बेटा? सिल्वर सल्फाइड. When they react with sulfur containing substance in the air, and that sulfur containing substance is hydrogen sulfide. Okay, hydrogen sulfide, this is the silver containing substance in atmosphere. Okay, so that sulfur containing substance in atmosphere with which the silver get reacted to form black coating. Is it okay? So I am again telling, सिल्वर के जो आर्टिकल्स होते हैं उन पे ब्लैक कलर की कोटिंग आती है. किसकी वजह से? करोजन की वजह से. और उनके ऊपर वो किसके साथ रिएक्ट करते हैं? सल्फर कंटेनिंग सब्सटेंस जो एयर के अंदर है. और वो सल्फर कंटेनिंग सब्सटेंस कौन है? हाइड्रोजन सल्फाइड. ओके, नेक्स्ट, gold and platinum do not react with oxygen in the air. बेटा गोल्ड और प्लैटिनम के आर्टिकल्स बनते हैं, ज्वेलरीज बनती हैं. क्यों बनती हैं? बिकॉज दे आर नॉट रिएक्टिंग विद द oxygen present in the air. This indicates these metals have differences in their reactivity with the other metals towards oxygen. इससे ये पता चलता है कि इनकी रिएक्टिविटी ऑक्सीजन के साथ अलग है as compared to the other metals. Okay, now the special case of corrosion is rusting. Okay, special case of corrosion is rusting. So what is rusting? Rusting is an example of corrosion of iron. जब आयरन का corrosion होता है तो बेटा उसको क्या नाम देते हैं? Rusting. It is the process where iron reacts with air and moisture. Now both the things are important, air and moisture, due to which reddish brown, किस कलर की कोटिंग आती है या किस कलर का सब्सटेंस फॉर्म होता है? Reddish brown substance is formed on its surface. This reddish brown substance is known as rust. When the rust is formed, the metal reduces or has been eaten up by from its surface. जब भी इस तरीके की चीज फॉर्म होती है तो बेटा जो मेटल है उसके सरफेस से क्या हो जाता है? करोड हो जाता है या खराब हो जाता है. ठीक है, द केमिकल फॉर्मूला ऑफ द रस्ट इज What is the chemical formula of the rust? Is iron oxide hydrated. I told you. So Fe2O3 dot NH2O. Now here N can be 1, 2, 3, 4. Means N is the number of water molecules which depend upon the condition of the atmosphere. Okay. Rust destroys the metal or material. Okay. Here the material is the metal which is iron. So rust destroy the material such as the part of the machineries, building structures, household items. Hence it is necessary to develop methods to prevent rusting. हमें कुछ ऐसे मेथड बनाने हैं जिससे हम रस्टिंग को बचा सकें. Okay. The method to prevent the rusting of the substance is commonly known as rust proofing. Okay. It has been achieved by number of ways. So the ways are over here. So let us discuss how the rusting can be protected. Coating of paint और ऑयल. तो बेटा हम घर में अपने जितने मेटल आर्टिकल्स होते हैं, ओके, डेजर्ट कूलर, इनको क्या करते हैं, इनके ऊपर प्राइमर और फिर पेंट कराते हैं ताकि इनको रस्ट ना लगे. ठीक है. सेकंड, alloying iron with metal like chromium, nickel and prevent rusting. alloying में क्या होता है बेटा, मेटल और मेटल का मिक्सचर होता है. तो इससे क्या होता है कि जो सिंगल मेटल की प्रॉपर्टी होती है, जब हम उसके अंदर कोई और मेटल बना मिक्स कर देते हैं तो एलॉय बन जाता है, तो उसकी प्रॉपर्टी अपग्रेड हो जाती है. ठीक है. तो जिससे वो प्रिवेंट हो जाता है. इलेक्ट्रोप्लेटिंग, किसी मेटल के ऊपर किसी और मेटल की कोटिंग करना, दैट इज इलेक्ट्रोप्लेटिंग. सो इलेक्ट्रोप्लेटिंग इज ऑल्सो एन इम्पॉर्टेंट मेथड टू प्रिवेंट द metal from rusting. In this method, a metallic layer is deposited on the surface of that substance which is prone to rusting in the presence of electric current. इसमें क्या करते हैं बेटा कि जैसे हमारे पास एक आयरन आर्टिकल है और हमें उसको प्रोटेक्ट करना है, तो उसके ऊपर हम किसी और मेटल की कोटिंग डाल देंगे. ठीक है. जैसे कि जिंक की, एल्यूमिनियम की, क्योंकि इनमें जो करोजन होता है वो या रस्टिंग जो होती है नहीं हो पाती है. ठीक है. तो उनके ऊपर इस मेटल की कोटिंग डालेंगे. कैसे डलेगी? विद द हेल्प ऑफ द इलेक्ट्रिक current. That process is known as electroplating. For instance, okay, for instance, tin is electroplated on iron and chromium, okay, to prevent the rusting. तो टिन कैंस आते हैं बेटा, कोल्ड ड्रिंक कैंस. तो ये क्या होता है, हम इनके ऊपर रस्ट नहीं लगती है, आप देखेंगे उनको. ठीक है. तो दे हैव बीन प्रिवेंटेड और दे हैव बीन इलेक्ट्रोप्लेटेड एज वेल एज योर बाईसाइकिल. The handles, they have been electroplated. The rim of the cycle, it is also electroplated. And different articles which we are using of metal in our day-to-day life, they are electroplated. They have been covered with another metal to prevent the rusting. Okay. Now we deal with reaction of non-metals with oxygen. But when non-metals react with oxygen, like carbon, sulfur, phosphorus, okay, burn in the presence of oxygen to form corresponding oxides. Okay. Carbon, when strongly heated in the presence of air, burns brightly and form carbon dioxide. Carbon जब air की presence में burn होता है बेटा, carbon plus oxygen forms carbon dioxide. Now we know that metal oxides are basic, but non-metal oxides are acidic. Okay. Non-metal oxides are acidic. Metal oxide turns red litmus to blue, they turns blue litmus to red. Okay. ये इनका difference हो गया बेटा. Is it okay? When sulfur burns in air on gentle heating, it gives bright blue flame. Okay, mark it. When sulfur burns in air, it gives bright blue flame and form gas called sulfur dioxide. Okay. However, a little sulfur trioxide is also formed during this chemical reaction. Now it is written, then when sulfur burns in the air, it gives bright blue flame, and which gas they form? Sulfur trioxide and sulfur dioxide. So sulfur plus oxygen, sulfur dioxide plus water forms sulfurous acid. Okay. Along with this, over here sulfur and oxygen form sulfur trioxide, SO3. Is it okay? Sulfurous acid turns blue litmus to red, indicates that it is acidic. Means the oxides of non-metals are acidic, okay, and they further react with water to form acid, okay. Reaction of metals with water, okay. So metal react with water to produce metal hydroxide, okay. Earlier we have studied that metal react with oxygen to form metal oxide. When they dissolve in water, they form metal hydroxide. Now if the metals are directly react with the water, they form metal hydroxide or metal oxide, and along with that the hydrogen gas is liberated. So metal with water, metal hydroxide and hydrogen gas is liberated. So sodium is the metal, water along with water it react to form metal hydroxide, that is sodium hydroxide, and the hydrogen gas is released, okay. And large amount of heat is evolved in this reaction which results in the explosive burning of hydrogen. इसमें इस टाइप के रिएक्शन में हीट बहुत ज़्यादा प्रोड्यूस होती है क्योंकि सोडियम बहुत एक एक्टिव मेटल है जो वाटर के साथ बहुत रैपिडली रिएक्ट करता है, उसकी वजह से जो हीट जनरेट होती है, और हाइड्रोजन इज हाईली फ्लेमेबल ड्यू टू विच द हाइड्रोजन कैचेस फायर. इज इट ओके? Now metals such as magnesium, zinc, iron react with steam. Now the metal like sodium, potassium, sodium and calcium. Potassium, sodium and calcium. They react with cold water. Okay. But magnesium, zinc and iron. 1 minute, I will show you. Sodium, potassium and calcium are very reactive. They react with cold water. Mark it. Okay. This is important. They are reacting with cold water. But the metals like magnesium, zinc and iron, okay, they react with not cold water, they react with steam to produce metal oxide and hydrogen gas. So metal plus water, water over here is steam, so it will form metal oxide and hydrogen gas. So metal is magnesium, water is in the form of steam and forming metal oxide and hydrogen gas, okay. There are some metals also which do not react with water or steam, like tin, lead, copper, silver, gold, platinum does not react with steam or water. Is it okay? And non-metals also. The reaction of non-metal with water. Non-metal does not react generally with water. Okay. Oxygen dissolved in water is very less in amount. Okay. Are very less in amount. This ensures, okay, this ensures the substances of, okay, aquatic living organism as their lives depends on the oxygen which dissolves in water. Chlorine and another non-metals dissolve in water to form acidic solution. Okay. Now reaction. So these we have discussed today about reaction of metal with oxygen, reaction of non-metal with oxygen, reaction of metal with water, and reaction of non-metal with water. I hope you have understood and try to learn these things. Okay, so I will send you the activity of this chapter in the last. Okay, so one more video we will do for this to cover the rest topics. Thank you.